these lights make my coffee teeth look so white.
Hi guys, so my June was such a huge month. Work blew up, I have 2 jobs, and we were traveling because I was in a wedding. Life was just crazy. And I tested out a ton of products and I decided to split it into 2 segments. So today you will see my life and style favorites. Check them out. How in the world does time fly so quickly? I guess I have been having a good time, which is good, but I guess that is the theory of relativity. Just, you know, a day relative to your total lifespan is a lot smaller, so time seems to travel faster, even though the unit of a day hasn't actually changed. It's something that we should all probably study. That being said, that has nothing to do with favorites. I just want to sound smarter. Okay, so in June we saw Mad Max, which is a reboot of the 1980s flick. It's this dystopian future where there's no nutrition, there's hardly any water, there's no green anywhere. The earth has been consumed by sand dunes. Humans are these like mutated creatures because there's no nutrition. When you think Mad Max, it is mad. The world is mad. The world in which it's set is icky and gross, and there's boils on faces and chapped lips and scaly skin and disfigured human beings, and the action just never stops. It's like bam, 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 flash. Like even the editing was just frantic. If you have epilepsy, do not go see that movie. It was interesting. I would say it was an experience for me to see it once, but I will not see it again. Let's talk about Game of Thrones. Okay, so season 5 just ended, and if you don't follow along, it was an up and down roller coaster of emotions. Just bam, slapped you in the face with all this misfortune. Yeah, season 5 was kind of difficult, but because I read the books, I kind of knew what was going to happen. And despite having forewarning, I just is obviously a favorite because I just love the TV show. Kit Harington is he plays Jon Snow, if you don't know who that is. The big battle of the season is usually reserved for episode 9. They had it in episode 8. Ice zombies basically massacred tens of thousands of people. Obviously that is kind of setting up for the big bad. The action sequences were really good. The fighting was, that's all I can say. It was just really good. You just have to watch it. I found myself rooting for characters that I don't normally give about, like Dolores Ed. It kind of provides a little bit of like comic relief in the books, and so I was just like giving a crap about like what was gonna happen to him. I'm like, no, Ed, don't die, save Ed, don't kill Ed. And then Tormund Nightsbane, and for some reason I like bearded dudes, I found myself giving a crap about what happened to him, and there were like so many moments in that episode, and it was just hands down one of the best episodes of the season. And definitely one of my favorites. And then after that, it just kind of went downhill. I can't wait to see what happens in season 6. And I want to be proven right that these fan theories that I am putting a lot of credence in are going to pan out. So, yeah. Colorless, Tsukuru's Tazaki and His Years of Pilgrimage by Haruki Murakami. It explores the same kinds of themes that Murakami's books generally do, which is themes of loneliness and isolation. This particular story follows a man who had a group of friends that were pretty solid, and they were like 5 soulmates, and yet somehow without any explanation, they decide to abandon him. And so for the next 16 years of his life, he kind of has this sense of abandonment and doesn't form any attachments. When he does form a close bond with someone, it puts a wall between him and her. And so she sends him on this mission to get the closure that he so rightly deserves by seeking out those friends who cut him off and finding out why. It's a really great book. However, if you're the type of person who is very triggered by isolation and loneliness and something that either gives you anxiety or something that you do suffer from, you don't want to read this book. But if you can handle it, then it's a really great book. photo editing application. This app right here. It has this whole like nostalgic, hazy memory kind of quality. It's got all the traditional editing in there, you know, it's got the tilt shift, it's got the contrast, the brightness, saturation, blah, 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 blah. You can crop, you can level stuff. The magic is in the filters. It's a free app, which is really great. And if you want to buy some of the filters, that's where you can do in-app purchases. So if you follow me on Instagram, shameless plug here, most of my photos have been edited in the Faded app. So check it out. Oh, I'm not sponsored, obviously. Other fashion bits that I was loving have all been from J.CREW. And first one is this t-shirt right here. I can't speak French, so c'est une belle vie means it's a beautiful life, or this is a beautiful life. I'm probably an extra small, but I ordered one size up because I wanted it to be loose. The only downside is that it's really long, so I had to knot it, and it's just really comfortable. And of course it's got gold on it, so why wouldn't I love it? This striped oh la la top. It is another J.CREW collector tee. I did buy it a little large, and you did see this featured in my lookbook, which I will link. It's comfortable, it's sheer, it's very breathable, it's a little bit stretchy, and I just think it's adorable with the seafoam stripes. Very cute. Last item is also a vintage type style tissue tee, which also is from J.CREW. It has a deep V-neck. One, it's got the deep V, so because I am petite, when I do wear it, it tends to lengthen my body. This material is just so soft. It's almost like it's mixed with some sort of modal or cashmere, but it just feels so luxurious that if you get them from J.CREW factory, they're like $12. So when they do go on sale, I tend to want to buy a few of them because the J.CREW t-shirts are just such high quality, and the cut of it just looks really, really flattering. So I get a larger size, so it's just a little bit more slouchy and not too form-fitting, and it just, I don't know, I feel like that's a little bit more appropriate now that I'm solidly at 30-something. Yet more gray. I love this wannabe Celine bag by Target. Gold hardware, brass hardware, whatever. It's pretty solid, it's huge, it fits all my bag lady crap. And if you guys want me to do a what's in my bag video, I totally can. This survived a 16-day trip in Southern California, and I also did use this as my purse with my bridesmaid's dress at the wedding because I wanted to carry my camera, I wanted to carry all my touch-up makeup, and I needed something a little bit more utility. The crossbody strap, so it is very travel friendly. The only thing is, if you carry as much as I do in your purse, even though it can hurt. So I would not recommend carrying, you know, 4, 5, 6 pounds of stuff in your bag the way that I do. It's something that is ladylike, sophisticated, it's really cute. It's kind of a ripoff of like a higher end purse, but I'm never going to buy that higher end purse, and this has been sufficing, so. Give a really big shout out to Ingrid Nilsen, whose coming out video was insanely powerful and touching. You know, this is 2015, and so coming out videos where people talk about their isolation and their, you know, trials and tribulations, and just the fact that they've experienced so much rejection and were not able to live their authentic lives shouldn't be something that is a big thing in this day and age. People should just be able to be who they are. But that aside, just the fact that she felt brave enough to finally admit it and come out and be herself with everyone when she could have experienced so much rejection and negativity is very powerful to me. And then just after her coming out, you know, just a couple weeks, like the Supreme Court affirms marriage equality, and I think that those two things together were just a very powerful thing that happened in the month of June, and it makes me really happy that this happened and made me proud to be an American, proud of the fact that I live in America. So I think that that's historic and insane and awesome, and that is definitely my favorite of the month. I know favoritist isn't a word, but it is now, because you gotta have like echelons of favoritism, you know what I mean? So my very last favorite is something that I'm particularly proud of, and it is that my client, her website went live, and it is fantasyisle.com. She is a travel writer. Man, she has these entertaining tales where she travels the globe, and she has this very distinct, unique writing voice. Because she's so hilarious, it's like the most zany and fun ride. Like, you're there with like one of your quirky, eclectic, but insanely fun girlfriends. So yeah, I highly recommend you guys check out her page, not just because she is my client and I did her website, but because her writing is just, yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so much stuff, wasn't it? Well, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at my life and style favorites. If you liked any of those things, please be sure to check them out. The info is in the down bar below. If there's anything that you particularly enjoyed in the month of June, be sure to leave them in the comments below so that I can check them out, and maybe I might feature them in a future monthly favorites. In the meantime, please subscribe wherever that subscribe button is. Please like, comment, say hello, say aloha. I want more friends, and I will check you in the next video. Rock on, love cats. Aloha!